Hello, my music-loving friends. We have one more booklet we need to put in your theory book to make it fully functional. So today we're going to be filling in this space right here with a little booklet on identifying key signatures. So we'll set this aside for the moment. And then place your piece of paper landscape. All right, we are going to fold it side to side twice. There we go. From this side to this side, lining up the corners as always. You know what to do. Make it as neat as you can. Press that fold. Use something to mash it. All right, so now it looks like this. Time to fold it again, give it a little curl over, line those corners up, and hold it down, and smash that fold. Okay, in this case, we are making lines that are for folding and for cutting, actually. So let's open this up, and we need to do one more fold, and that is top to bottom this way. So fold it top to bottom. Make sure your corners line up. Hold it down. Start your fold. And one final smashing of the fold. And actually, that is the last bit of folding you need for this theory book, interestingly. Now, we actually only want a part of this. If you have a sibling who's also doing this book, you should probably try to share because we don't want to waste too much paper. So what we want is 1, 2, 3 of these sections. So where you see this fold, I'm going to cut there. You can cut the entire paper because we're going to be getting rid of that top part also. So start with that. Cut, cut, cut. Careful, careful, careful. All right, that goes in the recycling. And now we're going to cut across this line here, and we're going to recycle half of that. So there we go. I'm being very careful with this move you see me doing with my hand over here. Okay, so pick the one that you think looks better and keep that and put the other in the recycling. Okay, we need to take this little piece here and make what's called a shutter fold. So both of these pieces are going to go in. So take that right side and right on the fold line you already did, just fold it this way. And this one might be going the opposite way, but you can very easily fold right on that same fold line and get it over there. Okay, so now you have like a little book here, which is perfect because we need to put it in your theory book as its own booklet. So grab your theory book. It is going to go right under time signatures, right here. And importantly, that puts it between note reading and your strings diagram, because this is going to help you put it all together. If your goal is to put it here, but still be able to open it, we're only going to put glue on the back. So when you watch me glue this, you'll note that I fold these in, and then I flip it over, and I only put glue on the very back so it can still open up. Okay? As always, one of me will do glue stick and one will do liquid glue. So here we go. All right, having gotten this little booklet put in, we are going to label it, but because there's nothing on the front of this one, I'm going to go ahead and put the title on the front. This is a booklet about key signatures, which we are going to talk about at some level of depth. So if you don't understand that term, you will soon. Let's just write the term on the front of the cover. So key, K-E-Y, and then signatures is spelled just like time signatures was spelled. Sig, S-I-G, N-A, na, churs, T-U-R-E-S, key signatures. I suppose you could make that look fancier if you wanted to. I'm not going to do it in the video, but hey, the sky's the limit, right? Okay, so we're going to open that up. You have 3 little sections here. And we are going to use those sections to organize our content here. These 2 sections, we're going to draw a little diagram that goes across both of them. And over here, we're going to write some instructions for how to use the booklet, okay? Now, we're going to draw a little staff, and you'll notice I did not have you do fold lines. I want you to do a staff at the top of this, and there wasn't a super convenient way of folding it that made it oh so perfect. And at this point, I think you can probably draw a staff without too much hullabaloo. So I'm going to draw a staff, and because I'm me, I'm going to use a ruler for it, but you don't have to use a ruler. It just needs to be 5 relatively straight lines, and it needs to be situated near the top of this section because we're going to be writing underneath it. So let's get that started. Leaving a little bit of space here because I might have some things that go up just a little bit above the staff. I'm going to start with a nice straight line near the top. My other diagrams are getting in the way. Oh no. All right. And if you're using a ruler, you should make sure that the edge of the ruler is parallel to the edge of your booklet. All right. Now, be mindful. I said we have 3 sections, right? Here's a fold, here's a fold. That fold goes like this. We don't want to draw over here because we need that for something else. So as we did with another one of our books, I'm going to start at the fold where I don't want to go past it, and I'm going to draw in this direction. All right, now we're just going to space it out. I'm not doing a finger apart this time because there's not as much space on this one. So I'm just going to eyeball it. Wow. Who even am I? All right, starting at that fold, going straight across. And from there forward, the goal is to make those spaces about the same. You don't want one space way down here. It doesn't have to be perfect. How many times have I said that? So many times. But it needs to be as neat as you are capable of making it. All right, start at the fold, go across. Move your straight edge. If you're not using a straight edge, just draw them. Get them spaced as nicely as you can. And just live your life. Don't worry if they're not perfectly straight. All right, we need 1 more. We got a total of 5. Staff always has 5, no matter what instrument you're playing. All right, here we go. Beautiful.